What is up, Nerdgenic Nation, and welcome to... Oh, I'm losing my name already. See, I'm all out of whack. What's up, Nerdgenic Nation, and welcome to another Mandalorian live stream. I have the horn now. Hold on. Wait for it. Another Mandalorian live stream. There we go. Welcome to the stream. It has been a really, really long week this week, trying to get here to another episode of The Mandalorian. I don't know about you guys, but it has been hectic for me. Moving, job stuff, the works. It's just like everything comes crashing down all at the same time. Hopefully you've had a good week, though. I'm looking forward to relaxing with you all, enjoying an hour of The Mandalorian, or roughly an hour with our commentary and all that jazz. And hopefully we'll have a good time. So... from this episode, I haven't really heard or even looked much into it to even know what's going to be happening. I know that they're going to be protecting, I think it's Navarro, which I believe is the city Carl Weathers was running. I forgot his character's name. So hopefully it's still going to be good. But if you're here with me live, thank you so much for joining with me. Make sure to hit like if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos or live streams, such as the Mandalorian live stream like we're doing right now. Did I tell you who I was? I'm your host and resident superhero nerd, Aaron Waller. I am not an expert on anything Star Wars, but I still enjoy The Mandalorian a lot, so that's pretty much why I'm here and love doing the stream with you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it as well. But we have a ton of new superhero content and various other content that's currently on the channel, so make sure to check that stuff out if you haven't already. A lot of good content is up there as well as coming within the next few weeks. I just recently got some news that I'm pretty excited about. Probably won't have a video for it until maybe Friday, just because I'm completely burned out a little bit at this point from a couple different things, but I'm still really excited, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully we got a bookcase, and I can't tell if I'm less echoey. So if you guys can tell me if I'm less echoey, I would greatly appreciate it. I would love to know if there's anything I can do to fix this audio if need be. But let's talk about The Mandalorian. That's why we're here, right? Last week was a bit of a so-so episode. I know it's kind of divisive for a lot of fans, but this week I'm hoping, even though I've kind of seen it's kind of the same, I'm hoping to at least enjoy it for the most part. I have no expectations, but with that, I think that we should just go ahead and jump into the episode. I don't want to put any more frills on it, any more time into it than we have already. Just sort of wasting time. So let's go ahead and dive into how it works, and then we'll go ahead and get into the episode. So in case you have not seen our show before, the way that it works is that right above me, there will be an episode time code right up above my noodle here. I'll say 3, 2, 1, go. I'll press play on my device. You'll press play on your device. That way, we try and stay as synced to the time up above me as possible. We should be A-okay. When I laugh, you laugh. When I cry, you cry. So on and so on. So we'll all be excited together and enjoy it as close to real time as possible. And then after the episode, we'll talk about it, give it a grade, give our maybe predictions of the next week, and then we're off to the races. So I think without further ado, we should go ahead and jump in. Again, I don't want to waste any more time. It's been a long week. Let's just get to the Star Wars stuff and relax a little bit, shall we? So I'm going to press play here. Let me get everybody fingers on buttons, and we're going to press play in 3, 2, 1, and go. And by the way, I do talk during the episode, as well as have my commentary, quote unquote. So we also play the intro so we don't miss anything, and we try and stay as synced as possible. Gotta turn it up, make it full screen here. And again, I am not a Star Wars expert, so if I miss something or say something stupid, which is bound to happen, now you'll know. Don't come at me. Pretty sure we're going to get Cobb Vanth, was it? This is a better Gore the God Butcher than we got in Thor Love and Thunder. Pew pew. Excuse me. So we're getting some more pirate-related content this week. Hey, Travis Clark. Gotta welcome you. Hello there. Hello there. How are you, sir? How are you doing today? Thank you for joining. Excited for episode 5 of season 3. Can't believe we're already at episode 5. How many Mando episodes are there usually? I think it's like 9 or 10. So we're already getting close to the end here. Crazy. I thought that was the Razor Crest for a second. There's going to be another talking about random side things all episode. Carl Weathers using that just for men. I don't know why, but I feel like Carl Weathers' attire gives me more Wakanda vibes than Swamp Thing. Ouch. Rough. This is sounding more like One Piece than anything else. All the talk of pirates. I like how he's got the little bust in the corner. It gives me Adam West Batman vibes. Maybe it goes to Carl's Weathers' Bat Cave, where he's just got his Apollo Creed suit down there or something. Help me, Mandalorian, you're my only hope. That's probably what he just put in the droid. Oh my god, can you imagine if he actually put a message like that in the droid? Some of these people do not look panicked at all. The least amount of effort in a scared group that I've ever seen. Looks very luxurious. Or like a military base. Definitely a military base. We got space shuffleboard. Shuffle pool? I don't know what that would be called. I'm sure there's a name for that game. Oh, hey, it's this guy. I thought that was Keegan Michael Key back there for a minute. For having such heavy, pretty realistic makeup for a lot of the characters in the past few weeks, that one was a little bit more rough. Like, it definitely had some more CG touches to it. Maybe that was just my own opinion. Very heavy season in Coruscant, is it not? Coruscant, whatever. Oh, the dots are connecting. What's going to be going on in here? Well, I didn't know Tim Meadows was going to be in this. Salvatore.
Hello there.
Welcome, sir. How are you? Feels weird seeing Tim Meadows in Star Wars. I'm not going to get his help. Oh boy, here we go. I nearly spoiled the tomatoes for you earlier. I couldn't help myself. Hmm? And has a drip. Can you get him anything from the commissary? Yes, you can get him a cup of cavatier. Cavatier? I believe that was ladies' man's drink, of course. What is this girl's deal? It's a rogue mission. Aren't they all rogue missions at this point? Like, I'm pretty sure they're all just rebels. It's all the same themes, different year. Rambling nerd, finish. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Hello there.
Sorry, finishing assembling a cabinet. It can be tough. Those instructions are difficult. It's the little pieces that take the time on those things. How are we liking it so far? It's hard to really judge, to be honest with you. I feel like essentially nothing's happened this entire time. I mean, stuff is happening. It's just like we want to get to the good stuff, right? Oh, so they just had to flee the city at this point then? You're going to have to get it from somebody else, my friend. So is he going to then request help from the Mandalorians? Since he can't get people to help him, he's got to have the Mandal. Yep. Oh boy. So the rebel is getting the help from the Mandalorians. It's not even like he asked for help from the Mandalorians. Like, kind of a weird way to navigate to get to that point, I guess. Hello? Is there no doorbell or anybody watching out for them? Traitor. Oh, you're gonna have to relocate to where? So let me think of a place that could potentially be serving for you. Mandalore. Kim's Convenience before Mando, and it's really hard to watch it. I never watched that show. I did think about it though. Excuse me. Mandalore, it's a great idea since the air isn't toxic. I know. Who would have thought that we could potentially go to Mandalore? So you're telling me that the thing that finally broke the straw that broke the camel's back to get the Mandalorians back to Mandalore wasn't that these guys had gone there and proven that the atmosphere was fine, that it's not toxic, that they potentially can just go back and inhabit it. It's just a random rebel New Republic fighter showing up and being like, hey, what's up, guys? Someone else is in trouble. Someone you know that's in trouble. It's wild. Didn't they fight in Navarro before? That wasn't where they were held up the first time, was it? In the first season? Before Carl Weathers took over the city? Or we can go to Mandalore. Yeah, that was where you see Mando's face. That's what I thought. Oh boy. Paz always has something to say. How come Mando didn't hold the hammer? Or was he? I don't remember. Yeah, they were in the sewers. Side talk, side conversation. Well, that took a turn. Didn't expect this turn. Whenever Paz Vizsla talks, I roll my eyes. You're not the only one. It almost feels like when was it like M'Baku starts talking it in Black Panther, You're just sort of like, oh boy, here we go. Like, what's gonna come out of this guy's mouth? Din Djarin. Is Paz voiced by Favreau? That's a great question. I don't know. Like Ninja Turtles. You were the once the Ninja Turtles of Navarro. Fighting in the sewers, only coming out at night. Only one could leave at a time. Wow, they were there for like a day and already this place is wrecked. Oh no. You heard it. You heard the siren, the sound. It's kind of a dope pirate ship, kind of. I don't know why this is giving me a different vibe. I'm going to make a very brave attempt to adjust my camera. Take it easy, dog man. Or so they think. Never tell me the odds. You know Paz is going in on first team. He can't help himself. I would say they're like ninjas, but they're very loud for ninjas. I feel like this whole Mandalorian thing is going to be like the next Call of Duty. Good old trench fight. COD Mando edition. I think that would be kind of interesting. I haven't played Call of Duty in a long time, but a Mando edition could get me to play again. Excuse me. Oh, you got locals and like the animals helping you out? You're gonna win. I don't know if creature is that a better word than animal? At least they can hit something if they try hard enough, apparently. And Paz is here to save the day. I feel like Paz was probably just hanging out, waiting for them to get boxed in, cornered, whatever, so he could show up just to do his heavy thing. Come on, guys. Looking like a bunch of amateurs out here. Even Paz got knocked down. Got kicked to the dirt. Embarrassing us out here. I feel like Bo's ship could probably do like way better maneuvering. Yeah, plus you got Mando coming back and firing on your behind you like you're an idiot. Oh, even the armor is getting in on it with her wrench and hammer. Does this guy not hear anything? Is he just because he doesn't have ears? Doesn't hear the guys getting wrecked behind him? What's up with that? I would assume only like what one of them has weapons. Okay, maybe like two or three. Oh wow, that one's given the full ride. I love how this guy could not be more stereotypical pirate. He's got the red bandana. He's got the blue and white striped shirt. Better take out that last engine. That's what I just said. Yay, we did it. Har, 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 har. Do my best Tusken Raider. Even though Tuskens aren't on this planet, I think it's still funny. Talking about the planet, they just saved one city. No Mandos and Tuskens, Aaron. Sorry. Couldn't help it. But you still do. It probably sounds like some massive expanse of land, but it's probably only like a mile. Oh, someone's getting their second piece of Beskar. Did the armor really retreat back into the sewers? It appears so. We need to go back to Mandalore. Yeah, no kidding. You did well. That's still there, by the way. Okay. Ooh. Pardon? It's a trick. It's a trick. It's a trap. Ha, you're out of the group now, sucker. It was a test and you failed, Bo. Shame. Should have hit her with a you first. But you're out because you took off your helmet. It's a test and you played yourself. That's exactly what it is. You failed. That's what this is about. On Mandalore. Oh, she's giving her the go ahead to you be the leader. Which I think is fine. I feel like Mando doesn't really want that responsibility anyway. Oh. Uh-oh. Someone's got some splaining to do. I bet you all of their hearts dropped the second they saw Bo without her helmet. So they're making an exception for her and being a total hypocrite to the rest of the group. You could have done that the whole time. No one is there. I mean, there's the people and the creatures down below, but no one is there. No one's preventing you from doing this. Oh, he's going to run into the pirate. Or not. Is this going to be like Gideon or something? She never met Amanda, who saw the mythosaur. She needed someone who walked both worlds. Apparently. I mean, even if she was lying, apparently she just does whatever. That's not good. Was that a thing this whole time? I have a feeling that's not going to make it back to Central Command. This is probably where what's her face came from. I'm going to use my... Except for one. It's going to be from what's her face. He's going to start putting pieces together. Moff Gideon was taking... What? I don't even know what to think about that. Dun 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 dun. All right, so that's the end of the episode. Nothing's going to happen. Enjoy the art while we think about what grades we want to give the episode. And let me know in the chat what you would give this episode out of 10. I'm debating what I want to give it. Kind of sitting on kind of... That was supposed to be episode 1 of Rangers of the New Republic. Oh, was it? I did not know that. Was that the one that was the one that was canceled, right? I had no idea. 8 out of 10. Okay. Finally a point to the season, but with only 2 left, it's a hollow 8. Okay. There's only 2 episodes left? Hold on a minute. Wait, a tick? Six, 7, and 8. So there's 3 episodes left. So it's going to end with chapter 24. I always do a bad job at this. Okay, I got to turn this off because it's being really annoying in my ear. going to turn that off. We're going to go back to the stream and we're going to turn off the timer, which is here. And we're going to get rid of the episode time code and we're going to bring up the episode grade. Whoops, that's the wrong number. We're going to take that away. Ha 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 ha. Episode 5. There we go. Episode 5 grade. That's my theory is this episode 6? This is episode 5. So there's 3 more episodes to go. Episode 6, episode 7, and episode 8 before we wrap up season 3. So I kind of agree with you. I can definitely see where it's a hollow 8, but I'm going to go slightly lower and just take the hollowness out of it and straight up just call it a 7 out of 10. So it was a kind of a rough start. Like, I had no interest in the guy getting the message and then giving it to the Mandalorians. That was a very long way to go about a very short thing. They're already friends. Carl Weathers and the Mandalorian are already friends. He could have easily have just sent a message to him rather than having given it to a random pilot who he hasn't talked to since like season 1, maybe early season 2, and then give that message in turn to the Mandalorians via R5. That's just a really long roundabout way of just getting to the point and saying, hey, the Mandalorians are going to come help you out. They already know each other. That was like really dumb. But I feel like once we got into the meat of the episode, which is them sort of planning to go and help, and then once we got into the action heavy aspect of the episode, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty enjoyable. It kind of gave me Rogue One vibes at a couple of times. Kind of gave me that vibe of more boots on the ground Star Wars, which is something you don't get to see a whole lot of anymore. With exception to, instead of being fighting stormtroopers, it was Mandalorians fighting pirates, which was, I think that was, excuse me, I think that was a lot more difficult to follow. Not to say that that wouldn't be the case, but I think we're just so used to getting everyone versus the Republic or everyone versus the Empire, whatever the case may be, that when it's put into the context of Mandalorians versus pirates, it's just sort of like those arguments you used to have back in high school as to what's better, like who would win in a fight, like pirates versus ninjas or something like that. And it just kind of, it's just kind of weird, right? But for the most part, I enjoyed the episode. It was actually a lot of fun. A lot of good stuff happened. Still not in love with the whole aspect of Bo-Katan being able to walk both worlds all of a sudden. Like, all of a sudden, the armor is Miss Chill with letting her go out and do her thing. And, oh, we got to retake Mandalore. Something we, again, could have done for the past 2 or 3 episodes. It just makes no sense why they're deciding to stay on Navarro or stay within Navarro, potentially, to reestablish themselves versus just going to Mandalore. You've got the planet more or less to yourself. You just have to retake it from a couple of creatures and like you're good to go. And we've got Nerd Affiliated in the chat.
Hello there.
Hello there, sir. How are you? But yeah, it just felt very weird. I think the armor is up to something. That makes a lot of sense because why all of a sudden, it's like we talked about the Mythosaur last episode, right? Like she was asking about it, and now the next episode is like, well, maybe I've had time to think about it, and it could be a change of the tides. Or why didn't you just do this last episode? It would have made more sense. She wants some bow, maybe. I mean, the armor's new view couldn't been fleshed out. I guess so. Should have been episode 1 or 2. Yeah, like once we saw the Mythosaur, all of this stuff could have been fleshed out. Like this stuff that's happening in episode 5 should have happened episode 3, possibly 4, early on. Like it's gone a long roundabout way of happening. But we did have very much a filler episode in episode, I think, what was it, 3? Where they did the whole thing about the guy and rejoining into, not society, but from Moff Gideon's like little troop or whatever, and being reassimilated into the Republic or blah, blah, blah. But I guess they're trying to pay that off. But again, get to the point. I don't know if they're trying to imply that this other person, this officer, was posing as a Mandalorian. Maybe he's like an assassin posing as a Mandalorian that got Moff Gideon off the ship and has been working for him the whole time. That's what I think might be, long story short, that they're going to be getting to at some point, if I had to predict something. But that's just throwing darts at the wall. I have no idea if that's even vaguely going to have any weight to it whatsoever. It's just got to be one of those things where you got to wait and see. But I think that's pretty much my prediction for the next few episodes. Is that that's going to be the twist? Is that person either very much either posed as or possibly even is or was a Mandalorian at some point, and thus they decided to sort of assimilate themselves into society, kind of work as a rogue assassin slash for hire, very much as the bounty hunters do, right? Just doing it without her Mandalorian helmet or Mandalorian armor in this case. If they try and do some stupid stuff like saying that this person is like the armorer's daughter, boy, I am going to be so upset. Might lose my actual mind if they try and do some ridiculous stuff like that. But fingers crossed that they don't go that stupid and they can at least try and make up a story. I think it kind of makes sense that they're a Mandalorian. The girl who's messing with stuff and meddling with things. But again, all just food for thought, all speculation. But the good news is, next week is the episode we've all been waiting for. That's right, the Bryce Dallas Howard episode. We are going to be getting the episode, the highlight of every single Mandalorian and Boba Fett season so far has always been the Bryce Dallas Howard episode. We're getting that next week. The hype is high. We're through the roof. I'm expecting that number 7 to be like 9 or 10 next week. I'm praying that it's going to be a 9 or 10. I'm so excited. I'm coughing. Excuse me. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Did I see Rebels? No, I have not. I'm horrible with keeping up at the Star Wars animated stuff. I genuinely need to get into it. Rumor is that the piece of metal was Sabine. I do know Sabine, very, very surface level. But it'll be interesting to find out if that pays off, because I know a lot of the characters from Rebels are supposed to be involved in Ahsoka. So that should be kind of interesting to see how that all plays out, or if they're just going to try and connect them all or leave them to whatever devices they have. Bryce can save us all. That's my hope, man. I mean, it's been a rough season. I feel like whenever I do a live stream of a show, it's like the rough season. Season 3 of Titans. Well, all of Titans was rough. But I feel like I always come in at like the worst ones, right? Like I'll enjoy the first season, enjoy the second season, don't talk about it or like stream it. And then I join in and it's like, that's the one that tanks for some reason. But Mando's always been kind of divisive on how it goes. I feel like this season's just, it's kind of difficult to get a gauge on it. Like they're trying to connect and pull the threads, but at the same time, they're doing it in a very roundabout way, which is very much the Star Wars way at the same time. So it'll be interesting to find out what happens within the next 3 weeks. Hopefully, we're going to have that peak episode next week. And then we'll finish strong with probably like a 2-part finale. I don't want to call it finale, but 2-part saga episode, whatever you want to call it, for the last 2 episodes. And then we're rolling into whatever's next. I don't even know whatever's next. But either way, I'm excited. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode like I did, or at least, leave your thoughts in the live chat or on replay if you're watching this on replay. But I've been your host and resident superhero nerd, Aaron Waller. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, if you haven't already, make sure to hit like, subscribe, ring the bell notification. Tons of new content upcoming, tons of news, tons of videos on video game stuff, movies, superhero stuff, all that good stuff is in the pipeline, and it's coming. So be sure that you don't miss out on any of it. Also, be sure to follow us across all social media platforms at Nerdgenic. That way you don't miss out when we announce those videos or go live or have any breaking news for you, whatever the case may be, make sure you're following us so you don't miss out on any of it. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And we hope to see you in the next video.